This year, we saw a pop hit explode into a stadium anthem after San Lorenzo's banda, the Escuela de Tablones, picked up the tune and made it their own. The song soon spiraled into something completely new, becoming a regular feature on terraces the world over. In a few short months, the song traveled from the Nuevo Gasometro in Buenos Aires to the Salerno in Italy. This was a unique moment where we saw a pop song emerge on the terraces largely through the vitality of the internet. What began as 3 billion views on YouTube took on a whole new life, and soon the melody could be heard from Israel to Tunisia, Korea to Syria, Spain to Sweden, and Mexico to Chile. Now, it's hard to find a corner of the world where there aren't a group of football fans singing along to Luis Fonsi's smash hit. In fact, he was so touched, he even thanked football fans in one of our videos.
We're the first ones to take the melody of Despacito and turn it into your song, to cheer for your team. Being a sports fan, that's beautiful. So thank you for choosing my song, and I want to go to one of your games.
Francesco Totti's retirement reverberated far beyond the sporting world. He became a symbol, an expression of loyalty and of values that can seem far removed from the modern game. As his final match drew closer, no one could have predicted just how emotional the outburst would be when this legend finally hung up his boots for good. In Rome, fans put up murals across the city. They wrote thousands of letters and created what would become known as Totti Day. Even his hated rivals at Lazio acknowledged him, albeit somewhat sarcastically, and something that even his biggest foe cannot deny: the fact that he was a class act. As he played out his final minutes on a football pitch during Roma-Genoa, the football world was hit with the sobering reality that Pipone, a player who has been part of more than 1/3 of AS Roma's entire history, would never play for the Giallorossi again. At 3, FC Copenhagen awards ceremony. When FC Copenhagen lifted the Danish Cup after beating rivals Brøndby at the end of last season, their fans came through with a moment of true class. As the players came over to lift the trophy, in front of FCK's section 12, a fan grabbed the trophy and ran back to the stand. To everyone's surprise, he headed for a disabled fan, to give him a moment that he and we will never forget. As he lifted the trophy, the stadium erupted. FC Copenhagen have a reputation for creating spectacular visual displays on their terraces. However, it's moments like these that shows fans are so much more than just an intimidating group of people lighting flares and making noise. They are members of a community, promoting a vision of football that they want to see, reminding players that beyond the contracts and bonuses are fans, turning up week after week in the hope they'll be rewarded with unforgettable moments like this. On July 8, 2017, Ajax star Abdelhak Nouri suffered a cardiac arrhythmia in a friendly against Werder Bremen. The 20-year-old suffered permanent and severe brain damage, meaning he'll never play football again. In the days and weeks following the tragic news, Ajax fans responded, displaying this incredible hand-painted tifo. The club also hung banners with the number 34 over the entrance to the stadium and projected a video dedicated to him. We even saw banners dedicated for him in Abidjan, brought by Moroccan supporters as they celebrated qualifying for the World Cup against Ivory Coast. Ahead of the opening leg of the Champions League quarterfinals, 3 explosions went off near the Borussia Dortmund team bus. As speculation grew around exactly what had happened, football lovers everywhere began getting updates on their phone. Fans across the world waited for the news, while the first video clips of Monaco fans chanting Dortmund emerged. Once again, we were reminded of the power of this beautiful game. It was soon announced that the game was to be postponed and played the next day. Shortly after, Borussia Dortmund tweeted a hashtag, #BedForAway fans, and in the minutes after the news broke, supporters in Dortmund began offering up their homes for Monaco supporters who needed somewhere to stay that night. Throughout the evening, pictures emerged of fans who had taken the opportunity to connect. As fans came together for the replay, supporters of Monaco and Dortmund held a joint march to the stadium and sung "You'll Never Walk Alone" along the way. In the grounds, supporters continued singing together, and what nearly became a tragedy may have birthed a friendship. This year, a young Sunderland fan, Bradley Lowry, captured the hearts and minds of football fans and the general public alike across the UK. Bradley was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, a rare type of cancer at only 18 months old. Over the years, Bradley developed a close relationship with his club, and in particular, Jermaine Defoe, who paid for one of his surgeries in 2016. When Lowry passed away on July 7, 2017, the entire Football League held moments in his remembrance. In his 6 short years, Bradley left behind the incredible legacy of the Cancer Has No Colours campaign. Supported by fans across the country and the world, he was sent over 250,000 Get Well cards and helped raise thousands more for other young people living with rare diseases. Bradley Lowry became a symbol for the community that comes from football here in the UK. The innocence with which he lived and the many initiatives set up in support of him were a constant reminder of the joy this game can bring. Fan dedications to Lowry have been seen at nearly every ground from the top of the football pyramid to the bottom, and are a reminder that this game is so much more than a business.